Good morning, everybody on YouTube. This is Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. All right, guys, I thought I'd make a video because we got some exciting news and actually pretty surprising news, actually. I get a lot of emails from people, okay? Everybody who writes Obsolete Video Services sends me emails and things all the time. I get a lot of questions from people like, why do you do this? You know, nobody does anything on videotape anymore. Videotape is obsolete. Nobody really cares about older stuff. Oh, you wouldn't believe the emails I get on all the haters that just like, I'd rather watch Netflix and, stuff like that. All right. I'm going to explain some things to people out there so you guys will realize what I do. Obsolete Video Services is here for history. Saving video archives, okay? Case in point, I get calls from all over the world and emails from all over the world, from foreign countries to the United States. Obsolete Video Services gets calls from anybody you could possibly imagine. The Smithsonian, Sony, the movie industry, the television industry. I get calls from people from all over. All right. Just because videotape is no longer used, just because analog video is sort of like history in this day and age, what people do not understand is there is a mountain of videotape archives sitting all over the country, sitting in warehouses, storerooms, office buildings, you name it. Okay, and as many of you collectors out there know, a lot of stuff doesn't exist on video because it's sitting in on obsolete video format sitting somewhere that nobody even thought twice about getting converted to save the history of the footage that's on the tapes. Obsolete Video Services saves history. Okay, this is what we do. All right, I take the impossible and I bring it into mainstream. All right, not only do we collect a lot of video equipment such as this, we restore it. We get it back up and running again. So a videotape that comes into my hands such as this can be recovered. It could be the holy grail of a Johnny Carson show. And hey, we have a digital file. We're able to share that. That's what Obsolete Video Services does. There's an amazing amount of tape and videotape sitting out there. This is my garage studio here, guys. I take a lot of time in doing video restorations on video equipment. We just got a holy score donation of some IVC 1-inch machines. I mean, we're talking a holy grail score. 3 units, the very rare units. I mean, the IVC stuff doesn't come around very often. It's very hard stuff to find. I always need parts. We had a guy contact me from an estate sale. He says, I could have all 3 units and they're going to be shipped to me. I mean, I'm getting people from all over the place who are coming to my YouTube page who are contributing to the archaeological find of vintage video that you guys are seeing on my YouTube page. Obsolete Video Services loves recovering obsolete videotapes. But to do that, you have to have a lot of vintage video gear, such as this. Okay, you got to have a workshop such as this because you constantly got to maintain these video decks once you start using them. And then you get people who give you giant collections such as this, which is 100 tapes. All right, you never know what you're going to find on obsolete videotapes. When people have broadcast tapes, there is so many different types of video formats in the late 60s, early 70s or mid 70s, which is the most important stuff in my opinion, that people have been asking about. And yes, it can be found, and yes, it will be found. But the word is, I gotta let people know that Obsolete Video Services is a professional at this type of work. I gotta let people know that I am really building up a vintage videotape arsenal with working equipment that will go into a studio, which will have access to any tape that anybody brings to me to get it converted to a file. I love working on vintage videotapes. This is what I do. The exciting news is I'm getting some really big hitters contacting me. The Smithsonian. I'm getting Sony. I'm getting television stations in New York City. I'm getting people in the movie movie industry. We're talking celebrities who are contacting me about my work. This is getting really, really exciting, folks. So I'm thinking, and like I said, I think within this next year, Obsolete Video Services is going to really take it to a level that people are not even going to believe. We're going to find stuff that's going to be amazing. We're going to find stuff that would generally be lost to television and video history if I didn't recover it. Yeah, there's video houses out there that do the type of work I do, but not at the level that I do it. I'm not only an engineer and a repair tech, I do vintage video recovery with a full high definition state-of-the-art video studio. There's a big difference with what I do compared to what other people do out there. But we also have a workshop, which we do all the repairs and rebuilds before the equipment's even used. Obsolete Video Services is taking everything to a level that's going to be amazing. When a video deck comes to me, it's checked out, overseen, repaired, and up to full optimum specs before I actually use it on a particular collection. Case in point, we got machines coming for the 1-inch tapes that you see over here, which is a massive collection. We're going to be doing cartridge vision stuff that you see right there, which we're working on now. Obsolete Video Services basically does 100 things at the same time, but we're a full restoration electronic service. Not only I do electronic restoration, I do the transfers, I make you files, and plus we're one of the most user-friendly type of places where you can actually come in and sit down while I transfer or recover a vintage broadcast tapes. So guys, Obsolete Video Services is really moving into another direction. We are getting celebrities that are actually calling me now. Some pretty interesting celebrities, believe it or not. We got people who worked on the Carson and Johnny Carson show and all the the network shows of the day, celebrities that were a part of those programs or who are actually in the industry that were doing different programs that want me to work on type of archives that they might know about. Obsolete Video Services is getting into some really amazing stuff. You guys wouldn't even believe it. Why? It's because I'm probably one of the only professional people in the entire country that's doing this. There's very few people who deal with many obsolete formats and rebuild the machines and also have user-friendly access to doing these to files. It's a very lost art, especially on my level, and we are going to be taking this to a really large level in the next year or two, and we're going to have a lot of archives coming for availability. But also I want people out there to share my information. Let people know that Obsolete Video Services is really the place to go, because I want to get people who got archives sitting in storage areas or are part of archives that they had sitting that they didn't really want to do anything with or know how to contact me. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video.